Cool. I just got to make sure that I am ready here. Okay. So, last we left off... Make sure something...
Yes.
Yes. I need notes. There's notes. Okay. Alright, lastly left off, the party, having found their way deep into the Dreamseep marshlands and past hunting tyrannosaurs and even scouting out the beginnings of this dragon's lair and Chomp almost being eaten by the dragon while in bat form. Y'all had come up with a plan. You were going to wait for the dragon to come out, and then in the midst of planning for this dragon to come out, suddenly you hear this massive flapping, and as it landed on the edge, all of you holding spells and ready for your actions, it seemed to settle in and said, I was about to ask you to come in. And that's where we're going to pick up. So, what do y'all want to do?
So it said that it addressed us.
Yes. Like, y'all are hiding, and so it's kind of just looking around as you go here. So you're not sure if it can see you or not, but it definitely knows you're around.
Well,
You have held actions. You can release them. I need to find a list of held actions real quick.
I don't remember what action I'm holding.
I wrote them down. Give me a sec here. I think I did.
I was holding Dawn.
That sounds right. No, I didn't write it down there. Did I write it here? But while I'm looking for this, in the meantime, what do y'all have an idea of what you would like to be doing?
Well, I think I am probably just sort of frozen, quiet. Like, if I can, I don't know if I'm hiding with anybody or if I can see anybody, where I would be like making eyes at them. But I think I would just be like waiting to see what it says next.
Okay. As it's kind of as it lands on the edge of the giant sinkhole which leads into the cavern, it you notice. I mean, it's fairly obvious as it lands. It lands heavily, as this is a massive, not quite as big as the red dragon that you all had fought, but still a pretty huge dragon. And as it does land, it almost stumbles a little bit, and you can see that it seems to favor its right front paw or claw, and it kind of jerks it up slightly before resting it back down. Its big outspread wings, as they fold up, you see that there's ragged holes in parts of it, and in fact, in a lot of places in this dragon, there's open, oozing sores with this kind of disgusting green something coming out of it, almost as if it was like rotting alive here in the swamp. And as it its head kind of jerks back and forth as if it's, like a serpent of some type looking around at the underbrush in which you're hiding, it speaks again and says, I can smell you. You're here. I smell the one who flew through. Almost was a snack.
I think the dragon's hitting on me.
Yeah, I found the list, by the way. Cirithus, I believe, was holding Mind Spike. Chomp was holding slow. Um, Crom was about to rage. I think Roland was going to shoot a venom arrow, and you said you had Dawn, right? Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, I had Dawn.
All right. Okay. Um, so as it seems to be just waiting as it settles in, settling itself onto the very edge of this pit, the vegetation that's grown up around kind of cracking under the weight. It speaks again and says, I can smell 6 of you and something else. Something metal.
I I'm going to stay hidden or stay wherever I am, as hidden as it is, and just call out to it. I'm going to say, "Whoa, what's your name, dragon?"
That's rude.
Well, excuse me, dragon. What beest thou name?
Well, I mean, you're the ones intruding on my home. Maybe you should tell me. Who are you? And it once again, as it's kind of zeroed in the moment you spoke, is looking around at the vegetation around the area you're hiding in. What is your name? As you hesitate, the dragon says, very well, my name. Well, I'm known by many names, but Isar is what you may know me as. As it speaks, it kind of almost mumbles in places and seems to smack its lips occasionally with this kind of green goo that comes down, drops on the ground, and kind of makes a sizzling noise.
Can I do a medicine check on this dragon to see if he's like
Yeah,
on the way out?
go for it.
That's a 12 plus 9 is 21.
21. Yeah, with that check, I mean, you don't know a lot about specific draconic anatomy, but you know enough that this dragon looks like it's injured in some way. It's very old. Older than it maybe has a right to be out here. You would have thought that, it would have been picked off by something else. I mean, it's still, don't get me wrong, very strong looking, but there's definitely something. It's sick in some way.
Um. Okay. Sorry to metagame, but it's been a minute, so I'm trying to remember if ZPL, do you have turn undead? I think yes.
Yes, I do.
Because
Turn undead.
right, because this is like the area where things are coming back to life. I didn't know, based on the description, if maybe this is like an undead dragon. I don't even know if turn undead would work on a dragon.
Or maybe detect undead or some sort of
yeah.
like.
I don't have detect, and I think turn only works to like CR1.
Okay,
So
yeah.
I think I'm just gonna go out and say that this dragon's probably out of my range for that. For now.
Okay.
And with that medicine check, you would you get the sense that this dragon is alive. It's not undead.
Yeah.
Like there's no rotting whole chunks of rotting flesh coming off or anything. It's just that it looks like it's got open sores and it's and like I said, its right front claw seems to have some kind of injury going on. But it's strange too. You definitely think, because you remember some descriptions of this dragon being extremely fast and moving, almost too fast to see, and you're not sure how that jives with what you're seeing here.
I'm gonna call out to it Draconic and just say, "You seem to be having a rough time of it of late."
As you speak, its head jerks over to the side and its neck kind of following to where you're hiding the bushes. A ways off, like a good 40, 50 yards off. And it speaks to you in Draconic and says, yes, well, it's a hard life out here in the jungle, but we make our way.
The mind boggles to think of something that could give something of your reputation a hard time.
Well, and it once again starts sniffing the air around it and says, it seems that you, the lot of you, have given some kind of dragons some trouble. I smell some maybe eggs of a dragon on some of you, and definitely you fought and killed a green. Oh my, interesting. And then it takes a longer sniff. And a red, although you did not kill the red. They are hard to kill. And one more sniff, and halfway through the sniff, the intake of air just like cuts off. And it looks kind of from side to side as if it expects to see something. And says, and a blue. You've met a blue dragon?
So is his tone like, or maybe if I'm an insight check or something, just to see is his tone curious, or like is he just like baffled?
Just on the surface level, he's fairly conversational and seems kind of amused that you've run into so many dragons.
Yeah.
Roll an insight check to see if you can, get a little bit more out of this tone.
Well, other dragons.
What's that?
It's 13 insight.
13. He definitely seems interested that you've met a blue dragon, but you're not quite sure why.
Yeah, I guess.
We need a scale.
Yeah, I'll just say, I'll call out and say, yes, we've been around other dragons before. None, not many as conversational as you. Istar?
Issar. It's
Issar, yes.
Yssar. It's and as you say that, kind of stumbling over that, he turns towards you once more. The head followed by the neck, kind of in that odd way, and says, "Well, my mother named me. What can you do? But I've owned it. I smell more of you than are talking, though. Would you? I'm not showing any aggression. I'm just trying to engage. Would you all mind stepping out so I can see who I'm speaking to?"
I will
Yeah,
step.
I think I step out from my hiding spot and.
Okay. Um. Everybody else, Zippel, you want to step out as well?
Yeah, I stepped out.
Okay. Cirthus, what do you want to do?
I'll stay hidden for now.
Okay.
I'll step out.
Okay.
How far away are we?
I mean, you're because it's a fairly large sinkhole, a good 100 feet across. You had kind of ranged out a bit,
Okay.
and you weren't right on the edge, so you're a good 30, 40 meters off from this dragon. So, like, it's been cleared out a bit around here just from the movement of the dragon over time. So there's not a lot of big trees.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you were kind of hiding in the bushes. Roland also steps out, just kind of stepping forward. I'm gonna say, because that's what he would do. Um, and Harper, who is your guide, who has just been kind of hiding to the side, doesn't make a move, and you're not even quite sure. Actually, let me see. Yeah, you're not even quite sure where she went. She seems to have just about disappeared. And as she sees the at least the four of you stepping out, says, "Well, the dragon says that's better." Um, yes. Well, anyway, back to this blue. Well, just out of curiosity, how long ago was this?
Oh, wait, how long ago was what?
When we met.
How long ago did you meet this blue dragon?
Well,
A year ago?
I mean, it was about let's do the math real quick. It was it was a month and a half ago, basically, in real in game time. Um,
well, we met it in the Underdark, and I'd say it was after the eggs, but before the red dragon.
Mhm.
Interesting. And it was I mean, it was not the oldest dragon, but an adult size, you would say.
Human size.
Oh,
We
it was in
Did
a.
we ever see it?
I mean, you did first meet it. You met it. You
Oh.
met it first in dragon form, and it transformed into like elven form. Yeah.
I don't know if we ever asked its age.
Well, I mean, one doesn't ask age. That's not exactly always the most, well, tactful thing. But interesting. It's a familiar scent.
Can we have a scale?
That's pretty
You asked that?
forward.
Yes.
As you ask this, it was kind of looking off to the side, and it brings up its right paw and kind of flexes the claws, and brings its paw back down on the ground. And as you say that, it says, "Oh, my scale. I'm not sure. What need would you have?"
We're saving the world. Pretty much.
He's the dragon snorts and just kind of laughing a little bit, and a little bit of the green stuff comes out of one of its nostrils and lands between you and it on the ground, and it sizzles again, kind of dissolving some things between you. Saving the world, as if I would care.
Well, we're part of the world, so technically, we're
I,
saving you.
well, I could take care of myself. Anything that I would have to worry about, I imagine, is too far beyond what you can comprehend in any case. However, I might. You say a scale.
Just one.
Just one?
Just one. Right? Isn't it one?
Yeah, I think she's one.
I mean,
Yes.
I might be able to see my way to lending you a scale. I have so many.
We'll make it.
But you would have to do something for me.
Yeah.
Well, this is how it works. A quid pro quo, as they say. It seems to look up in the air as if it was thinking for a moment. It looks back down at its claw as it's kind of fiddling around in the grass and dirt in front of it, and it says, "Well, it so happens, I think I might recognize the smell of this dragon, which is why I had asked about who it might be or where you had met it. You see, it had, as you say, done me wrong in the past. We had a disagreement over territory, and, well, he had the worst part of our confrontation. It still left me with some. He lifts up his right claw and kind of flexes it one more time, with some lingering effects. Some kind of, I can't tell, maybe nerve damage. One of those lightning strikes. If you could, I mean, obviously you've dealt with some dragons, and you seem forward enough and confident enough. I don't suppose you would possibly consider taking a contract on this dragon.
Like,
What do you mean?
like to.
Well, as they say, I believe a hit,
A whack job?
that's a way of putting it, I suppose. Yes, I would like this dragon to die.
I thought you were way more powerful than us, and
Well, I don't get out as much as I used to. And you have some recent experience. He went into hiding after our last get together. But since you might have some kind of lead on where he may be, I figure why do what someone else can? And since you have something that you need and I have, I figure, well, perhaps. And they kind of gesture. We could have an understanding.
So is this not your original territory?
I mean, it changes. Originally, I was up a bit to the north, although I consider most of the Drain Seep these days to be my territory, technically.
I mean, is there?
Because he's also been causing some problems around here.
Who? The black dragon?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Weren't we sent down here because there were some
Yeah.
issues?
Yeah, but if we have a bigger thing to figure out too, though.
So just to help these people that have this dragon problem.
Since when have we cared about making bad cats?
Oh well, yeah, that too.
I mean, this is my home, but I am right here. Can I make a suggestion?
Go for it.
I do not feel. Surely, the life of a dragon is worth more than one scale.
I mean, we're probably gonna need a scale from the blue dragon too, so.
But I think we should ask Isar for something else in return besides just a scale.
Yes, I agree. Maybe, and y'all jump in. Maybe something to help us before, like a pre-payment or something to help us get the job done.
I was thinking
Like a boon. They can.
some sort of help, but also a some kind of agreement or a truce to the trouble that he's been causing to the locals.
I would consider relocation
Yeah.
or maybe clear out some of this undead.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Does this suck?
I mean, that's true.
Uh,
Well, what do you think?
so so the ultimate problem of the undead though is where some kind of what was it, a curse from a lich or something? Or there's still a lich and it's something. I have it
I
somewhere.
mean, the story from the Dream Seep is that there historically was a lich. Um, it supposedly was defeated, but the effects somehow still linger, and there's many things that reanimate and try to destroy and maim things like that.
Okay, can I? I'd like to ask the dragon what he knows about the effects in the area.
Okay. Um, with this, after this little bit of muttering, as the dragon kind of cocks its head and watches you all kind of converse, and you, upon being asked, it says, the undead. Yes. I've noticed this too. Some areas are worse than others, especially in the central part of the swamp here. But, as far as I know, the lich was killed. Or as close as a lich can be to killed. There may be some of the magic left, or possibly some of the being left. I'm not sure. I try to keep my own lair clear of such things. But, you know, not sure exactly where they come from or why they're here. And it's interesting as it's speaking. Every once in a while, its eyes dart off somewhere, like amongst the brush and trees around you, just for a second, as if it's watching for something.
Are you expecting company?
Um, no, no one knew. No.
Hmm.
Okay. What does everybody think? What do y'all think? I like that idea of getting them to leave people alone in the area or relocating.
Mm-hmm.
But I also would like if we could get some jewels or something magic in his hoard, that would be cool.
Oh, so
So yeah,
Well, I mean, we may lose out on this horde, but if we kill the blue dragon, we'll be getting that horde possibly.
I mean, that's possible.
Sean, are you there? What do you think?
Yeah. The have we actually discussed this with them? Have they agreed yet?
Oh no, no, they have not. I mean, if you're talking about the dragon, you all have been kind of discussing, because you're still kind of in hiding nearby, but the rest of them have been kind of discussing what exactly they should do. But
okay, so to the group here. So make a deal with the black dragon to get rid of the blue dragon for him, and in return, we ask for a black scale for him to either relocate or, to some degree, stop messing with the villagers. Yep. And then possibly we ask him for some sort of any an item or something to help with our blue dragon quest? Is that what we're saying, or that last part is the new idea that we're playing around with? But
Well, if he even has anything that can help us, I was just throwing that out there.
yeah. I just feel like the scale is not really of any value to him. Like that's
Correct.
just kind of a whatever. We're getting rid of a pretty big problem
Yep.
for him,
Mm-hmm.
a blue dragon.
Yeah.
So his payment doesn't really seem equitable if it's just a scale. So relocating, that's something.
To the Underdark? Yeah, go follow those guys in the Underdark. After we kill this little guy, you can have it.
You can take over the Underdark.
I mean, because if you remember, the last time you saw the dragon, you kind of lost track of it in its elven form in the city of Singorn. In the city of Singorn, yeah. And it had talked about wanting to take over the world.
Right.
You know, what you do every night, Pinky.
Yeah.
And we're 100% that one blue dragon that we just happened to run into, or y'all happened to run into, is the same one that he had beef with, or is he just after Andy? Like, is there another blue dragon?
I mean, from the sound of it, he seemed to think it smelled familiar. And the dragon, the black dragon here, was able to identify that the group had run into a green dragon at one point, and the red dragon, and so yes.
Crom's just gonna ask if. Okay, so this is hard for Crom, but she's gonna admit that this is gonna be hard because this blue dragon is tricky. So she's gonna ask, is there anything that any knowledge or any item that would help us defeat this? Do you know any,
Or even find it.
or weaknesses that this blue dragon has?
Well, I mean, he had a weakness for, well, you might say power. While many of us dragons like to collect things, gold, jewels, things like that, this one seemed to like to collect people, power, ideas. It was a different kind of hoarding, one might say, and not one that I'm very fond of, honestly. If you're looking for ways to find this dragon, identifying markers, as it brings up a claw kind of to tap on the end of its snout. Well, it always accentuated its S's at the end of words, things like that. Quite annoying. It wasn't the oldest dragon, maybe a few hundred years old. Definitely big enough to give me some trouble, but, as I said, I ran him off. I'm not sure what else I can give you. Hold on. And as he kind of tilts its head to one side, kind of reaches up with the claw into the back of its mouth. And you see that there's like part of an arm, like almost mostly skeletal arm, just kind of between two teeth back there. And it kind of uses its claws to get something out from around the arm and holds it up. And it looks like some type of leather scroll case. I mean, the one who carried it seemed to think it was important. I could give you this as payment up front, let's say.
Cool.
Okay. Who's gonna pick it up?
And they kind of gingerly just kind of flick it towards you. and it falls
Oh.
about 20 feet in front of you.
I'll walk up and pick it up.
Okay. Picking it up, your hands for you get it. It seems before you pick it up, you notice it's covered in kind of this viscous greenish goo. Although it doesn't seem to be affecting the leather of the scroll case, you do remember that it was kind of sizzling as it hit the ground sometimes. So, and in fact, the area around this as it landed is kind of smoking just a little bit.
I walk backwards.
Okay. It's it's not the most appetizing looking thing.
Did someone ask about the relocation or leaving people alone part?
I didn't know how we all felt. We were like reached a decision on that.
I mean, it sounded like all of you were in favor.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have a lot of other options.
Okay.
Weren't we also tasked to get rid of this dragon anyhow, besides just getting the scale?
The red one for sure. We said we'd get back to that because it was a little too OP right now. But I think this one was just causing problems, right?
There had been an attack.
So if we get it to not cause problems, I guess we have to have that conversation.
Yeah, you were
Yeah.
not tasked with taking out this dragon. You were only looking for a scale. And you happened to hear that there had been an attack on a caravan, and that it had been causing problems.
Isar,
Yes.
this is our offer. We will make an attempt on this little dragon. In exchange, in addition to the scroll and the scale, we would ask you to relocate.
Relocate. That's a tall order. I'm established here. You have to understand, it takes quite a bit of time to get a good image going in an area, and I have most of this swamp firmly under my thumb. I'm not sure that I'd want to. Unless, that is, it would be more beneficial for me.
I mean, the world is your oyster.
What territory did you have a scuffle about with the blue dragon?
I mean, that was this territory.
Oh.
I mean, my territory, you have to understand, extends all the way to the coast. And that specifically was what he was looking for. He seemed to be interested in... There's quite a bit of dunes in the area, and he liked the sand. Crystals, sand, quartz, things like that. He was always fond of them, apparently. I don't spend much time there, but you see, it's the principle of the matter.
So what if?
So
I guess
not relocate, maybe.
Yeah, the territory isn't so much the issue as
Right.
the problems you cause to caravans along the paths and the roads.
They're going through what is mine, and therefore they belong to me.
I agree with them. You're right, dude. I mean,
They know what they're getting into if they're coming through.
yeah. I agree. I mean, he's got to eat.
He doesn't have to eat caravans.
I mean, would you like to think of something else I might eat? Looking around here, they gesture out to the forest around.
I guess trolls. That would be cool, but
Have you tasted troll?
No.
They constantly wiggle around even after being swallowed. It's
Oh, that's
the worst.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah, y'all,
Out of
I agree
loss.
with them because I mean, yeah, dude. As far as I'm concerned, keep doing what you're doing. I just need a scale.
But what happens when you eat so many that they don't come this route anymore? And then what happens when they get to the point where they say, we cannot sustain ourselves in the dream seat, and everybody leaves, and you're the only one here? What are you going to eat then?
Well, I don't think that's going to be a problem. You see, I'm a keen study of economics, and there is a mushroom that they seem very keen on here, and in fact, it doesn't seem to matter how much danger there is, they're always going to try to get it. So I think I'm pretty safe in saying that even if the current crop is scared off, there will always be others.
Leave them alone and no dragon.
Them? Do you know some of these?
I am a native of the dream seat.
I thought your type looked familiar. I generally don't go in for eating the reptile types, only in extreme hunger. The lot of you don't taste very good. I'm more for the warm-blooded ones.
Well, I am very sorry to disappoint.
Yeah, I mean, you get it, Ezekiel. Like, you like to eat kobolds or something, right? Like, you get it.
I've never had the opportunity to eat that cobalt since I joined up with you peoples.
What do you eat, Ezekiel?
Right, let's not talk about that right now.
What if
Are we vegetarians?
who?
I mean, you can be if you want. We've never really talked about this.
I know I'm not.
Strictly lasagna.
Strictly less. Cheese is okay.
Well, what about
I mean,
I suppose I could see my way clear to not attacking Bronbog. It's not very much fun anyway.
yeah.
I was also gonna suggest what about I don't I guess Zpeel might be the one to ask about this, but like is there anything we could offer him in the way of soothing or healing some of those big nasty weeping sores and the infections he seems to have? Like if he would value something like that.
But he's still got to eat. He's supposed to be giving us stuff. We're not supposed to be something.
Yeah, I mean I guess the whole attacking
I don't think it's a thing.
negotiable thing. Yeah, okay, so if he agrees not to attack Grombog, then the people know what they're getting into. Don't go in the swamp if you don't want to deal with the dragon.
That's my opinion.
It's hard to argue.
What think the rest of you?
Yeah.
I mean, if he's still going to be a danger to the people who like come out to make their living, I understand that it's like, you know, deadliest catch, but I'm not going to go out of my way to try to like take away their advantage of him being injured.
That's fair.
I'm not healing this fool. Crom has a superior healing potion, and they seem to be buddy-buddy with the Black Dragon. Looking for a new boss.
It also said that it could take care of itself, so Crom's like, no, yeah, I need this more.
Yeah, I agree. We don't offer to heal it if it's kind of That would only be if you had to really like move or something, but it doesn't sound like that's gonna be a thing, so
Yeah. We need to see what's in that leather thing, though. I want to print it off or
Oh yeah, did
Yeah,
Neutral
I'll pass
market?
that over to the wizard man.
yeah, I was gonna mage hand pick it up and go like mage hand it over to some water and dunk it or wipe it with my mage hand.
I mean, there's several kind of pools around the area that are, or puddles even. You could get it clean pretty quick with a mage hand.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Sean?
Yeah. So far, we have no agreement about protecting anybody.
No.
We have a scroll case that we don't know what it is, and we might get a scale to fight that blue dragon.
I mean, this is true.
And at the same time, we might get to the blue dragon and they say, hey, we'll offer you X, Y, Z to kill the black dragon.
True.
Oh shit.
I mean, don't say that out loud though.
Zippel just whispers it.
Oh no.
Behind his
Give it
hand.
to my
Behind his
character.
hand.
I mean, otherwise we need to. Otherwise, we're gonna have to kill this black dragon to get the scale. And
I'm very surprised that you are not more interested in trying to kill it, personally.
I mean, I kind of respect it in a way. Like, it's pretty badass. It's been through a lot, and
Unlike the people of Brandbog,
yeah, they're kind of
they have
weak.
not been through anything except being hunted by a giant beast.
Yeah, they're very weak and fleshy.
Something like that.
And so, Surface, what else do you suggest we ask as payment?
What's in the case?
Yeah, I guess we need to open up that case.
I want to know.
Okay. Opening up the case, you find a spell scroll. It seems to be. Let me see something. I need to make sure of something. Yes. It is a spell scroll with the spell Revivify on it. At 3rd level.
This dragon is not to be trusted. He is dabbling in the necromantic arts.
What? That was from somebody he ate. He ate somebody that was into that.
I mean, it was just stuck in his teeth.
He kept it there for a reason.
Is it a
Like,
necromancer?
like the human females in their purses.
It could be. In any case, that's what it was in.
I mean, I think it's helpful. Especially if we're gonna try to fuck with this blue dragon. We might need to bring somebody back.
Your confidence in my abilities is amazing.
What if you're the one that goes down?
And then I expect you all to eat me at my burial.
That's
I would do the same to you.
I mean, that's on my will. That's true.
Perhaps you haven't noticed that I have an NDA notarized.
That would be fun if you go to a will rating and it just says eat me.
Eat me. That's all the will says. Okay. That reminds me. I saw a shirt out the other day that said, "Why be racist? They all taste the same." Which was, yeah. Anyway, it was stupid.
Maybe you could ask what it is willing to help us about. I mean, right now it's going to eat anything that walks outside the border, right?
Pretty much. I mean,
So
it's not always near though.
it's
How
the
about
whole thing
this?
the whole thing that we're getting out of this is it's going to give us the scale,
Could
and
we
that's worth it to me for the bigger picture of saving the universe, the world, the everybody.
what if we possibly could negotiate an arrangement but that like a representative of the town and the dragon work out some times? I don't know.
I think he's just going to eat
Or
whoever that person is, honestly.
or if we made an agreement where we had like a protection as far as like you don't attack caravans that are
Bringing
under this flag or this sigil on their carts, and then we go back to Bombog and we sell people that sigil. We basically
You're opening a
we have
protection racket.
protection racket. Yes. As I say it out loud, I see that it sounds very, although industrious, not exactly the most noble agreement.
What's the point of saving the world if there's nobody to fleece?
Yes.
It's true. You are a good capitalist. That's what. um. All right. So what are you going to try to get this dragon to agree to? Because as you're watching, as you're kind of all huddling together, just kind of discussing things, the dragon has kind of settled onto its stomach and has its claw up, kind of supporting the end of its snout, and is just tapping on its nose impatiently.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good deal, and technically, Sirathis hasn't said anything, right? Because you're still hiding.
I mean, technically, unless you're not hiding anymore.
I'm just doing the mind weirdness.
Oh, that's right.
Close enough? Okay.
Because he can speak with mind
I mean,
bullets.
so do we think that the blue dragon? I mean, do we think that if we're looking at the blue dragon versus the black dragon, which one's going to be easier to take out? Because it looks like we're going to have to take out at least one of them, if not both. So, like, are we really trading off just
I think the other dragon is more dangerous, though.
right? So why are we making a deal to
'Cause-
not do this one?
Because it's trying to take over the fucking world.
Right. So
So is that ghost dude that keeps bothering us. Everybody's trying to take over the world.
And we're
This
supposed
dragon
to
is
be
here.
heroes, helping to not let that happen.
but didn't we?
we're heroes, goddammit.
Weren't we gonna help the ghost guy?
I don't remember. We do this as we go. Right now, we need a scale. You guys. Mom's gonna speak for the group if nobody convinces her.
So
That's just how
Wait, or do we need to get the black dragon to convince us to help him? Like, why? You
I'm
look
already
pretty-
convinced.
Black dragon looks kind of sick. So hey, why? What if we say, why don't we
It'll-
just kill you and take your scale? Blue dragon.
I'm not fucking with that.
Okay.
Sorry, we meant to mute ourselves before we bicker. Just kidding. For real though. No? Okay, dragon! You have to pinky swear though that you're gonna give us a scale. I'm gonna be super pissed. If we do all this.
I mean, what is a scale to me? It seems you're the ones who need it. But of course, and even the dragon even plucks a scale off and kind of puts it up into the light, looks at it.
Ooh.
I mean, I'm not going to give it to you right now.
I don't blame you.
But exactly, like the scale is nothing to him. So
But it's something to you.
Yeah, so it makes it valuable.
I mean, so what kind of proof do you need that we took out this dragon?
Oh, I'll be able to smell it on you. I can smell that you killed the green that you ran into.
Cool. Okay. I mean, let's do it.
he's getting a way better deal out of this, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, you say you're going to save the world with this scale. What better deal could you want?
Right, because we need to take out the blue dragon anyway. So.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to take the
Okay,
dragon out.
it's a deal. It's a deal. It's a deal.
All right. Well then, in that case, I'll be retiring back to my bed. Please return at any point that you have completed our arrangement. And as you say this, their wings unfurl and slowly flap the first time, and then getting a little bit faster each time. This kind of whirlwind around it, it starts coming off the ground, backs up in the air, and starts to lower into the giant sinkhole behind it. Zippo, could you make a perception check real quick?
Uh, 13.
Okay. It seems as it's lowering down, you swear you hear something moving, like just kind of a whooshing noise behind you somewhere in the treetops. But when you turn around, you don't see anything.
I'm gonna point at, look at surface, and I'm gonna, no, because awakened mind isn't fucking telepathy, Tom. You know this. Damn it. I'm gonna go over to them and whisper, there is something in the trees. Is there any way that possibly your little bird friend can do a looky-loo?
I'll give it a go if I can.
Yeah, go for it. Send out Casilda, see what she sees. Make well, you can choose. Make either a perception or an investigation check.
Perception.
Okay.
It looks like 16.
Okay. I mean, Casilda flying up, you seeing through her eyes, you go up into the trees where Zippel had pointed, and you don't see anything right away, but as you get a little bit higher, you notice some oddly broken branches, like some good-sized broken branches, that seemed to, like maybe something had hit them, something fairly good size had hit them on the way by or something like that. You don't see anything moving at the moment, though.
Oh. Just let them know I didn't really see anything other than something that disturbed the branches.
All right.
I do not like that there was something extra. I do not feel like this dragon will not betray us. Because he has no reason not to. Crom.
I mean, we might end up just killing it either way.
True.
But you'll be a higher level when you do.
Word.
Yeah. So, we're just by ourselves here in the swamp.
And-
Maybe by ourselves. I don't know. He was looking at something. He noticed something. And if he's nervous about something, I'm a little nervous.
As you all are watching this, Harper comes and joins your group once more.
Oh, of course.
Yes, because the danger is past. And she says, "Well, that was interesting. Can we get out of here?"
Yeah, did you notice anything flying around?
There was something. My eyes were on that dragon, but there was something making some sneaking around somewhere up there. It could fly, whatever it was.
I will give you $1 to go up and look at the branches and tell me what you think it might have been.
What's $1?
It's a heavy gold coin from far away. I was going to say from Austria, which probably doesn't help either.
And she says, well, I'll give you this little box machine I have, and let me see how it works. Oh, I'm sorry. That's all I have for you for that.
That was funny.
So I'm going to cantrip command,
Oh gosh. Okay.
and I'm going to say climb.
What's the DC on that? I gotta look up Harper's stuff in just a minute.
I don't remember.
She rolled crap anyway, so she's yeah.
You have fun with your box. Don't break it.
Well, just so I know, what's the DC?
Wisdom saving throw.
I mean, she rolled a 10 with her modifier, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, it's at least a 13 because
Yeah.
it's 8 plus spellcasting modifier and something else and proficiency.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's 19.
That's a lot higher. So you told her to climb,
Yes.
and so as you do that, this look comes over her face of just pure frustration as she walks up to the nearest high tree and just starts climbing. And she's pretty
It's
good.
not that tree, Harper.
I mean, you gave her the one command.
Oh well. Typical Harper, am I right?
All right, let me see something. Okay, so she rolled a pretty good athletics check. So she just motors her way up this tree. How long does command last?
At least a minute, I think.
At least.
When it can no longer follow my command. Wait. 1 round.
So 6 seconds.
Yeah.
All right. So she gets over, starts climbing, gets a good 10 feet up because she's a pretty good climber. Before she says, "Mother," and just drops to the ground. And gets just right up in your face and says, "Don't you ever do anything like that to me again. I will. You will. Your face."
Harper, it is a cantrip. I can do it to you whenever I feel like it.
She just
Wow.
yells and storms away.
Do you need to take a food break, Ezekiel? You seem a little hangry.
I did not think I made a crazy request.
The metal child puts a hand on your shoulder, and as you look over, they just kind of shake their head.
See, the metal child agrees. It was not a crazy request.
The metal child continues shaking their head.
We should probably get out of here. We're rolling for initiative.
I mean, yeah, I think that thing that flew by may be some sort of spy, reconnaissance, something, because it didn't engage us, but...
I mean, now we have to figure out where the...
Yeah,
Where
my
the-
attempt at learning more about it has failed.
Blue dragon.
The dragon earlier did say we make do.
Make do
What?
with what?
Like when you were mentioning about its wounds and they looked like it had, and they went on and they said that we make do. Maybe it's with something else.
Oh, yeah, like we, not
The plural we?
maybe the plural we.
The plural we. No, probably not.
I don't know.
I don't know. Whatever.